Hey everybody, Nerd and Denial is back for their last episode of
Sam's Spooky Corner!
For the week at least. Now, I like how we're ending on the oldest movie in the lineup.
Yes, we are.
We are starting with the original Friday the 13th, circa 1980.
We're ending with the Friday the 13th.
What did I say?
Starting.
Oh, did I?
Week's already over, babe. Today is Friday.
I'm so tired. You go, I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap.
I don't start these videos, you do.
Friday the 13th, 1980 version, original. God, it was dull. It was dull.
You gonna be a little teeny head in the back?
Yeah.
We just came back from dinner, so
Yeah.
we're very full.
Yeah. So, this movie was very boring. Not a lot. When compared to the other movies that we've watched this week. What?
Really?
I mean, the kills were...
It started out so fast. It got slow and towards the end.
I just thought... How do I put this? The kills were relatively simple. Slit throat here, stab with a bow with an arrow there. You know, which, granted, the person who's... I wasn't expecting it to be this who's the killer thing, a mystery.
Well, that's what... It's the first movie in the series.
Yeah, I realized that, but I did not realize that it was... Okay, first of all, I always have a problem with mystery movies where there's no really clues given. You want to start over?
No.
Alright, anyway, that's in the video.
Yeah.
But I don't like mystery movies where they don't give you enough or any clues so you try to figure it out yourself. Because that's not a mystery. That's just a movie with a twist. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was expecting more along the lines of when it was tagged a mystery movie. So I figured one or two people get killed, they find the bodies, and and they're like, what's going on? And then things are unravel like that, and then maybe every now and then we can get a hint as to what is happening. But we don't. It is, no clues are given. You're just supposed to kind of sit there and go, who could it be? Until it turns out to be someone you never would have fucking guessed without clues. Which...
I mean, they hint at there being something connected to what happened in the past.
Very vaguely and once. But it was never really, it's just kind of something like, it's not a good mystery. It's not. And if you're going to try to make yourself a mystery movie, you got to have a good mystery. But, because I wasn't expecting a mystery movie, I was expecting a slasher film with a guy in a hockey mask. And I got none of that.
Well, that's because you already know the story. We already know who Jason is. When this movie came out in
it was an origin
1980,
story.
it was an origin story. Nobody knew Jason's story. So it probably impacted them way differently than it impacts us, because there's 19 Jason movies out there now, and we know all the fuck about him. We know way too much about him.
And I think I think the curse of knowledge is what killed this movie for me. Not only the curse of knowledge of that, also the curse of spoiled. Sorry, these kills were relatively just... our generation is just so used to Saw, Nightmare on Elm Street, fucking shit
Final Destination,
shit like that.
Where you're like, I'm sorry, what?
So when a teenager just gets their throat slit, and I'm just kind of sitting there going...
But back in the day...
But back in 1980, that was
like
holy
with
shit.
a bow coming through someone's throat through the bed.
I will admit that was funny.
Like, shit like that is like...
After penetrating, he got penetrated.
By the way, baby Kevin Bacon.
Weird.
Baby Kevin Bacon.
Not a lot of screen time.
You see Kevin Bacon butt in this video, though.
Not a lot of screen time before axed.
No.
And I don't mean literally.
But
that's the girlfriend.
That's
she got
the girlfriend, yeah. I think this is the only movie, too, this week that we've seen any nudity. You get to see some butt and boobs.
How the actual fuck?
Yeah, this is the only movie this week that I think we've seen any nudity. Did we see any? Was there any nudity in Jeepers Creepers? I don't think so.
No, not in Jeepers Creepers. I felt like there was
No.
No, wait, wasn't there nudity in the new Halloween movie? Yes, there was. Because they flashed back to the original Halloween where he killed his sister.
Oh, right, the sister. You see her boobs.
You absolutely, yeah, so.
Alright.
But
that was the only nudity, though.
True.
But, see, I think this is maybe one of the first times that we've had completely different thoughts.
And that's fine. I just kind of...
I like this movie, and I realized halfway through that I had seen this movie before, because I don't remember things very well.
Or at all.
Unless it's like, hey, shut up. Unless it's like real life things, like the bill is due on this day. The dogs need their medicine on this day.
She doesn't remember shit when she watches
I don't remember movies and shows. So, like, if y'all ever asked me about a show that we've already reviewed... not gonna remember it, really.
There was one anime we watched before starting this channel, and we were planning on reviewing it. She has to rewatch it.
I have to rewatch it because I don't know it, but one of the plushies up here has something to do with it.
Have fun guessing.
Yes,
actually,
all of Pokemon.
And yeah, more than one figure up there has something to do with it.
Oh shit, yeah.
Anyway,
but see, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm...
a horror movie fan?
A horror movie fan, but I'm also very, very big into the slasher side of horror. Like, I like the supernatural part. I'm not a huge fan of, like, the monster aspect of movie. I like the slasher.
Because it's more grounded in reality.
And it's typically more gory.
True.
I like the blood and violence.
She loves the serial killer.
I do. I'm fascinated with true crime and shit. So I think that's why I like it more. Also, this movie was so goddamn funny and quippy. Like, they were the snarkiest 1980s teenagers.
Oh, like the scene with the cop.
Oh my god!
I will give them that.
We were cracking up.
They were pretty snarky. I will give you that. My issue with this movie, it's the paradigm example of generic horror movie. And I understand that it was the first, and it set the example.
This is the example.
I understand that. But because, again, the curse of knowledge. Yes. I know what a horror movie is capable of.
Oh, yeah. So, well, we are privileged. We are very, very privileged when it comes to this day and age of CGI and storylines and creative thought.
That's the other thing. There really just wasn't a lot of creativity in this movie. It was just so by the book. It took no risks, and I understand.
It made the book.
I get that.
It was one of the movies that made the book.
Which is why I wish we could have watched this first, but we couldn't find it. We had to actually rent it and pay for it.
This isn't even... No, it's not even about watching it first this week. You've seen plenty of horror movies. It was already going to be ruined for you.
No, but after coming off of the movies like The Thing and Child's Play, seeing these ideas that are just so out there and the amazing practical effects that were in these horror movies, I think starting from those... Because I went in expecting 1980s. Just like I went in...
Child's Play is flat out 1980s.
Let me finish. I went into all of those movies expecting 1980s cheesy. And I got more than I expected with Child's Play and The Thing because of great practical effects, interesting writing, and honestly just a much more memorable experience. But with Friday the 13th, I got exactly what a typical horror movie is. And again, I know that's because it's set the typical, but it doesn't stop me from just going... Okay, from pretty much calling the rest of the movie. They're gonna die, they're gonna die, they're gonna die. There's gonna be one person left who's gonna survive. And I knew the scene of the boat at the end.
Everyone knows the scene of the boat at the end.
So though I can admit, I do praise it for literally coming out of nowhere.
So
when
people watched that,
when waiting until everybody has a sigh of relief, like, oh, the cops are here, she made it, and bam, applaud that.
But I love that, like, we already knew that scene was coming, that the movie ends on that. So that whole surprise was ruined. I just love, bitch, you fell asleep in a canoe with your hand out of the canoe. What are you doing? That is like sleeping in a bed with your foot out. You don't do that. That is asking for a monster to grab you. And guess what? They did. Not by the hand, but by the goddamn throat. But still. What? No. And then she's like,
After the night
Or,
she
like,
had...
just doing something!
After the night she had, I'm expecting that her adrenaline crash is more than anything we've ever experienced. So she probably could barely move.
Well, she had enough energy to fucking fiddle in the water.
That's probably about it. But...
ridiculous.
I say again, I respect this movie.
Uh-huh.
I just did not enjoy it as much as I wanted to.
I think the only thing that I didn't like was that the last person alive is the dumbest bitch on the face of the planet.
Usually that's how it works.
You have a gun.
Shoot her!
I'm gonna drop it.
God.
I'm gonna drop it.
That moment killed this movie for me, honestly.
But then
she had a fucking gun.
But then I get a knife later, and then I actually try to use it.
And then she like beheads her with a paddle or some shit.
No, she had like a machete thing.
Oh, machete. Yeah,
and
that's
she like,
easier.
Ha-cha!
That's easier than fucking shooting her. Oh my god, this movie was... everyone was so goddamn stupid. Also,
and not everyone.
To the first girl,
this
don't
bitch
hitchhike.
Is just first, Sam's rules again. What did I say in the... was it what Jeepers Creepers video? I think.
Don't hitchhike.
Don't fucking hitchhike. You wonder why that's not a thing anymore because we got a little smarter. There are so many true crime podcasts and missing children. Do not hitchhike. If any of you are thinking about fucking hitchhiking anywhere, you better get in touch with me so I can yell at you personally.
The fucking colored killer would like a word with you.
Do not do it! Do not! You do not need to go somewhere that important. Like, you don't need to. It is not that urgent.
Uber now exists.
Uber exists. You can check your shit out before you go hitchhiking. Don't do it.
Anyway, that's besides the point.
But also, I love that the guy, well, there was the crazy guy, which of course I wouldn't believe him because he's the town lunatic.
Mm.
But then the other guy was like, yeah, you should quit. And she's like, I'm sorry, what? Bitch, no.
I'm saying, if somebody walked up to you and said you need to quit your job or you're gonna die, would you take them seriously?
No, and it was not the town lunatic. If some sane person went...
You don't know if they're sane.
You should quit. There's a lot of shit that happened out there. I'd be like, okay, bye. If someone came up to me and was like, the shit that happened at your job location, no, I would leave. I'd be like, all right, maybe it's time to look into something else. Well then, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. That's like people with like haunted houses and shit.
It doesn't help that he said the place is jinxed. If somebody said your workplace is jinxed, I don't care how sane they originally look. When you say something's jinxed, your sanity cred goes down.
Well, I would also delve deeper. She didn't try. She was just like,
okay. We have the access to delve deeper. She didn't have the access or the time. Also, bitch probably needed money.
I just.
Anyway, we can debate that. We can debate that all night long.
Anyway, I liked it.
I thought it was...
because I'm that type of horror person. He did not get... see, like, whereas I hated The Thing. Boring as fuck. The effects were okay. Boring as fuck.
But
I enjoyed this.
Those are our different tastes in horror, quote unquote.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Nothing made me scared. The Thing made me scared.
What nothing? When you're watching shit that old, and we're older.
The Thing made me scared.
The Thing did not make me scared.
That fucking head crab thing. That was terrifying.
It was like something out of Harry Potter.
Child's Play made me scared. Mainly because those dolls were fucking creepy.
Okay, the dolls are fun. Number 2. Sam's rule is number 2.
Don't buy creepy dolls.
Don't buy fucking creepy dolls. Why? I'm glad that not a lot of people do this shit anymore. Why, in the 80s and 90s, was it such a thing to buy your children creepy fucking dolls? It's like goddamn Furbies. Do not buy them. They're creepy.
I would like to point out the only reason we think they're creepy nowadays is because of movies like Child's Play.
No, I have always thought that those fucking dolls are terrifying. And then my parents...
Cabbage Patch Kids?
No, I had one before and I hated it. I had a Furby before and I couldn't leave it on my goddamn dresser because it terrified the shit out of me. Because also, those things would randomly wake up sometimes in the middle of the goddamn night.
That's when you turn them off.
You think you did? It's terrifying. No. I am so glad that we are, like, kind of out of the creepy doll culture. So glad. Alright, Sam's rule, done.
This was gonna be a short video until you ranted for half of it.
Listen, people are stupid. Don't go hitchhiking. Don't buy creepy fucking dolls. Whatever the fuck else I said in Jeepers Creepers, don't do that shit either.
Hitchhike.
Hitchhike, number one. Don't do it.
But I think that mainly rant as opposed to a review. I think we're going to end it there. Halloween week is over for reviews. We may do another spooky stream this weekend.
Maybe. We're very tired.
We are very tired. It's been a rough week. But we are definitely going to do a quick superhero review this weekend, maybe. And then go...
Just to kind of get caught back up.
And then delve deep and back into anime. We've already got the next anime lined up. We're going to start watching it this weekend.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. Except it involves a bar. I'm just going to say that. It involves a bar. And I don't mean like a bar. I mean a drink bar. So I want to see what your theories are of what we're reviewing next in the comments down below. And as always, follow us on all the things, including Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Nerdandile226 on Twitch.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.